This one's kind of hard because they've had good banter back and forth, like friendly, typical parent talk at pickup or whatever it may be. And it sounds like they've had interactions outside or whatever, typical whatever. And then you have the one time. Hi, and welcome back to another episode of Dear Dilemma. That's right, we're still stuck in the car 3 weeks later. And as you can tell, it's raining, it's dark. It's really not supposed to be this dark yet, but it is. And also, we just went and got food. So this is going to be a dilemma submission video slash, sorry, of a mukbang in a way, because we're eating.
A mukbang?
Is that what it's called?
What does that mean?
Like when they eat and they talk.
Oh, I don't know. Never heard that before in my whole life,
Well,
but here we are.
Okay, so today's submission says, there's always this friendly dad at school pickup. Oh, sorry. I don't know what's going on with my voice. We have always just chit-chatted off and on and seem to have a lot in common. We also sometimes cross paths in our daily, weekly lives outside of school pickup because we work in the same field. Also, it's pouring, so if you hear the rain, there's nothing we can do. It just is getting louder.
We just have more and more dilemmas.
Yes.
Sorry, we're listening.
It's always been very innocent conversation and mostly involving talking about work, giving each other restaurant suggestions, or even simple comments about our spouses. For some reason, last week at pickup, it seemed a little bit flirty, and this isn't the normal vibe. Either he is just friendly and outgoing like myself, and I'm overthinking things. Well, we've been there. Or he was actually being a bit flirty, and in that case, I need to and want to shut it down. However, I don't feel like either of us have done anything wrong. The vibes were just different that particular day, and now I'm worried I came off to him as flirty, but I was just being nice. I always want to protect my family and my marriage first, and I'm just not sure how to navigate future interactions with him without it seeming rude, awkward, or completely shutting down our distant friendship. If I'm reading too much into it or overthinking this one interaction, what should I do?
I don't know. I feel like maybe overthinking a little bit. Like, I think it would depend on the interactions that follow this one instance, you know? What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could be, especially if it was just like a one-time situation and it wasn't like he was being flirty multiple times or like in the past of like interactions or whatever. It was just this one time. It could just be that maybe he was having a really good day because of something that happened at work or his wife or whatever, and it just came off weird. But I always say believe in your gut and your intuition about things.
It could be a little bit of both too. Like, it could be totally platonic. It sounds very platonic, like your conversations and things like that. But
I wonder if my crispy tater tots.
But they're so good. But I do wonder if any of it has kind of, maybe there's like an underlying attraction.
Great. Now there's a train.
They're not going to hear all this. Our microphones are going to be fine, I'm sure.
Sorry.
I wonder if there is a little bit of underlying flirtation, even if it's very platonic. Like, it could be just that maybe there's some little bit of attraction there, and it's like nothing that either of them would ever act on, obviously, or especially not the female that wrote in. But I do kind of wonder. So much is going on right now. I can't. Pause. There's literally a train right next to us. I can't focus.
We have our own dilemmas while filming dilemmas.
Yeah.
I think too, so, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just a one-time thing. And we also don't know how the interactions have been since after. Like, if they run into each other again, has it been weird? Has it been the same? And we also don't know what his relationship is like. Maybe they have an open relationship and he was
that was what I was thinking. Like, what if he's like kind of feeling it out, like for him and his wife, or like maybe he's allowed to go off and like she's allowed to go off or something,
and like he had to know the vibe for a while. I don't want you guys to see me eating. You probably can hear it. And then he was like, she's been really nice, maybe I can slowly start flirting and seeing if she's down.
Right. I mean, it's a very possibility. It could be. And it could just literally be that he's just a super nice guy, super friendly like you are. Like you said in your submission, like you're just coming off as like you're just friendly, and then you're worried that maybe he's reading too much into it too, like unknowingly, which I think can happen like really easily.
I know this one's kind of hard because they've had good banter back and forth, like friendly, typical parent talk at pickup or whatever it may be. It sounds like they've had interactions outside or whatever, typical whatever. And then you have the one time. But I've been around people that, from watching from a distance, have been like that. And then this takes just one time and you're like, something ain't right with this.
Yeah, like I would definitely, because of that maybe flirty interaction that like hasn't been the vibe up until now this point, I would just be very cautious.
Yeah.
I wouldn't treat him any differently. I wouldn't maybe...
Yeah, because then he'll be like, well, why are you not like saying hi?
Yeah, like what did I do? I didn't do anything. Like I was just asking about your day or whatever it was. Like he's going to maybe take that like offensively, and he hasn't done anything other than...
so loud.
It's just... that you guys, or you're catching this like kind of flirty vibe. So I wouldn't like shut it down completely and be like rude to him or not talk to him anymore.
Then it's going to be really weird.
Then it'll be awkward because you guys have been like friendly for a while, it sounds like, and just truly friendly, like platonic friendly. So my advice would be to maybe just kind of feel it out a little bit over the next couple pickups, interactions that you have with him. Maybe don't go out of your way to necessarily start a conversation.
Don't make it weirder than it already was.
Yes. Like, the past is the past. Leave that there, but just be cautious and kind of have it in the back of your head, like, is it more flirty or is it okay?
What's
the vibes?
him?
Yeah, and then if he continues to kind of give you those vibes, then shut it down and step back. But I think until he gives you like consistent vibes of that, I think it's okay to still like kind of interact like at a distance and like it sounds like you guys are acquaintances.
How you guys were seeing each other, pick up, say hi, hello, and how was the restaurant, or what are you and your wife doing this weekend, or what? That's another good way, is if you feel like it's flirty, bring up the wife.
Yes, I think that's always a good way.
Redirect it back to the spouse.
Yeah.
Now it got really quiet because the train's gone. But anyways, because then they would maybe be like, oh, are they maybe thinking I'm coming off weird?
Yeah, because then
or flirty, I mean, not weird.
It kind of like brings up, well, you're married. How's your wife? You and your wife doing okay? You guys doing anything fun this weekend? Blah, blah, blah. Or bring up your husband maybe.
What's going on too?
Because then it's kind of like, I'm not just talking about you and your wife, because I don't want that threesome you're talking about.
This relationship is a closed relationship. There's no open. None of that.
No. I know some people out there are into that, but
which is you do you, boo-boo.
Like Taylor Frankie Paul. I mean, you know, swingers gonna swing.
Yeah, look at that relationship.
Yeah, it crumbled really fast. Would not
Someone
recommend.
doesn't. Don't do that. But yeah, I would be casual, be normal. If it continues to feel like it's weird and your intuition, your gut's telling you otherwise, then I would then try to maybe avoid things, or you can confront them and be like, hey, I feel like you've been a little bit too flirtatious with me lately. I don't like it. I don't tell your wife. I'm
married. You're married. Like, I would really like to keep our friendship platonic the way that we have been. It's fun to interact with you, but I can't have that cross that line. Because that's not okay in my marriage. Like, I have boundaries. I, got to put my marriage first or my kids first or whatever it is.
Yeah, I agree. Let us know.
Sorry for the weird episode today.
There's a lot of noises. You might hear me crunching on my extra crispy tater tots.
They are so good, though.
I can't help myself. I'm hungry, and they're right here. You don't know what a mukbang is?
Never heard that word.
It's like when they
I literally have to
food.
Google that when we're done.
Yeah, it's like when
mukbang.
Mukbang. When they get food, and then they do like a podcast, and they're just like eating the food.
It sounds Filipino. I should know that from my husband, but I never heard that word.
We'll Googs it.
Well, anyways,
let us know.
Sorry, these couple weeks have been a little weird. You've been in the car with us a lot.
We don't change. We've been stuck in this car for 3 weeks.
But really, it was all one night, and it was so much fun.
It was a different night. But thanks for tagging along with us for this car episode. Let us know if you feel comfortable enough following up with us on kind of how the interactions have been or what you've done. And yeah, make sure to follow us on our social medias. Like, subscribe, or comment, and let us know how you feel and what you as viewers would do.
Yeah, what would you guys do? For sure, I would be curious. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, and stay tuned for one more Last Car episode.
Oh, yeah.
Bye.